To know that we know what we know, and that we do not know what we do not know. That is true knowledge.
The sharpest minds often ruin their lives by overthinking the next step, while the dull win the race with eyes closed.
Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know.
If this is long delayed, weapons are blunted and morale depressed.
The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. Keep working hard, and you can get anything that you want.
Deliverance is not for me in renunciation. I feel the embrace of freedom in 1,000 bonds of delight. The cause of most of man's unhappiness is sacrificing what he wants most for what he wants now. It is not a failure to readjust my sails to fit the waters I find myself in. Despite how entertaining certain stories were, at the bottom of every item of gossip, there was someone getting hurt. A home filled with nothing but yourself. It's heavy, that lightness. It's crushing, that emptiness. Facts are like cows. If you look them in the face long enough, they generally run away. What you don't know won't hurt you. A dubious maxim. Sometimes what you don't know can hurt you very much. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
If people treat you like an option, leave them like a choice.
Surround yourself with people who talk about visions and ideas, not people. That's a misconception, Lenny. The sky is everywhere. It begins at your feet. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is true.
I care for no man on earth, and no man on earth cares for me. The good fighter is able to secure himself against defeat, but cannot make certain of defeating the enemy. Nothing can be more hurtful to your heart than betraying yourself.
When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. You can't go back and make a new start, but you can start right now and make a brand new ending. This, the language of deception, we both understand. We were born to it, along with the curses. One day you'll see why God made you wait.
Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do.
As architect of your reality, you are empowered to create it as you choose. You have two choices: to conquer your fear or to let your fear conquer you.
One day you will wake up, and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now. To think too long about doing a thing often becomes its undoing.
There are things you can't walk away from, not if you want to live with yourself afterward. Don't waste your time in anger, regrets, worries, and grudges. Life is too short to be unhappy. No matter how high your status in life is, you are inferior to death. For this, be humble. It doesn't matter how far it is for you to reach your goal. What matters is your aim to succeed. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Respect and take care of the people. It's for the people. In return, you get respect from the people.
The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate.
The right thing and the easy thing are never the same.
When anger rises, think of the consequences.
An ability to look into the confusing mess of life and see things for what they are. It is more important to out-hink your enemy than to out-fight.
Sometimes, not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. The truth doesn't mind being told every once in a while. What we can change is our perceptions, which have the effect of changing everything.
No boat moves an inch if the sailor has not will to paddle. Whoever cannot seek the unforeseen sees nothing, for the known way is an impasse. Life is a waste of time, and time is a waste of life. So let's all get wasted and have the time of our lives. It is your responsibility to find fault with me. It is mine to hear you out. But don't expect me to change. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. Too many of us are not living our dreams, because we are living our fears. A bird is safe in its nest, but that is not what its wings are made for.
Everybody stay positive, no matter how negative life gets.
I was 40 years old when I stood up for myself for the first time. I should have stood up earlier. Nobody is wired wrong, because there's no wrong and right in the way we are. Never lose hope. Storms make people stronger and never last forever. People can cry much easier than they can change.
In conflict, straightforward actions generally lead to engagement. Surprising actions generally lead to victory.
Every decent con man knows the simplest truth, more powerful than even the most elaborate lie. The minute I stopped trying to find the right girl and started trying to become the right guy, the girl came.
You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone.
It isn't a sadness, but a joy that we don't do the same things for the length of our lives. Nothing is too late, till the tired heart shall cease to palpitate.
Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. If you dare nothing, then when the day is over, nothing is all you will have gained. Don't look to the approval of others for your mental stability.
Compromise brings harmony to both, happiness to none.
All men know the utility of useful things, but they do not know the utility of futility. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning.
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. In the face of change, do not be afraid to spread your wings, and let the winds guide you to new horizon. The truth knocks on the door and you say, "Go away, I'm looking for the truth," and so it goes away. Puzzling. The pain you feel today will be the strength you feel tomorrow.
I never think of the future. It comes soon enough.
Treachery and violence are spears pointed at both ends. They wound those who resort to them worse than their enemies. Truth is confirmed by inspection and delay, falsehood by haste and uncertainty. Regret is mostly caused by not having done anything. To achieve peace, it is crucial to eliminate unnecessary bureaucracy that prevents peace processes from advancing.
It's good to do uncomfortable things. It's weight training for life. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. Don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of the unlived life. Dining with the king. Your attire, attitude, and mentality must change. To bear and not to own. To act and not lay claim. To do the work and let it go. For just letting it go is what makes it stay.
When seeing the simple truth means recognizing that we're in sin, we would rather see things as being complicated.
Men of this world all rejoice in others being like themselves and object to others not being like themselves.
If it didn't come with being humiliated, it wouldn't be my life at all. A wise man always has something to say, whereas a fool always needs to say something. People always say life is too short for regrets, but the truth is it's too long.
One who is too insistent on his own views finds few to agree with him.
Embrace being perfectly imperfect. Learn from your mistakes and forgive yourself. You'll be happier. If everyone helps to hold up the sky, then one person does not become tired. When you make a choice, you change the future. Give up to grace. The ocean takes care of each wave till it gets to shore. You need more help than you know. When you want something, the entire universe conspires to help you achieve it.
Shoot for the moon. Even if you fail, you'll land among the stars. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. You never fail until you stop trying. They don't actually want you to do your own thing, not unless it's their thing too. Even though the ship may go down, the journey goes on. When your opponent gives you an opening, be swift as a hare.
There has never been a protracted war from which a country has benefited.
Apparent confusion is a product of good order, apparent cowardice of courage, apparent weakness of strength.
Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. Guilt is a feeling that you owe a debt that you're not paying. We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy than in endeavoring to think so ourselves.
The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. Pretend to be weak, so your enemy may grow arrogant.
After all, if you do not resist the apparently inevitable, you will never know how inevitable the inevitable was. Taking on too much of other people's drama is just a poor excuse for not taking ownership and control over your own life.
But you don't have to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Too many people spend money they haven't earned, to buy things they don't want, to impress people that they don't like. In the midst of difficulties, we are always ready to seize an advantage. We may extricate ourselves from misfortune. If you want to know a person's true character, observe how he treats those who don't matter. What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. When one experiences truth, the madness of finding fault with others disappears.
Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things.
We had the experience but missed the meaning. An approach to the meaning restores the experience in a different form. Human life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece. If the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would keep it in port forever. Whoever said money can't buy happiness didn't know where to go shopping. For every good reason there is to lie, there is a better reason to tell the truth.
It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters.
Beware of those who are bitter, for they will never allow you to enjoy your fruit. I never approve or disapprove of anything now. It is an absurd attitude to take towards life. Every day is a bank account, and time is our currency. No one is rich, no one is poor. We've got 24 hours each.
He who knows his enemy and himself well will not be defeated easily.
You're being judged no matter what, so be who you want to be.
Light in your mind is better than darkness in your soul.
The friends you make in college are friends you'll have for life, even if you don't talk for years at a time.
If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one.
Until you change how you get things done, you'll never know what works best. Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Man is always prey to his truths. Once he has admitted them, he cannot free himself from them. The easy confidence with which I know another man's religion is folly teaches me to suspect that my own is also. You cannot change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails to reach your destination. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run. For it can never be that war shall preserve life and peace destroy it. Judge no one, just improve yourself. To live is to change, to acquire the words of a story, and that is the only celebration we mortals really know. To know you are ignorant is the beginning of wisdom. We need to walk to know sacred places, those around us and those within. We need to walk to remember the songs.
The space under the sky is occupied by all things in their unity.
You are all the colors in one, at full brightness. Take responsibility of your own happiness. Never put it in other people's hands. I distrust every idea that doesn't seem obsolete and grotesque to my contemporary. Many people pray to be kept out of unexpected problems. Some people pray to be able to confront and overcome them. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content.
You ask me if I keep a notebook to record my great ideas. I've only ever had one. We reveal most about ourselves when we speak about others. The only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down.
There's nothing more inspiring than a person's courage to heal. You should always do what you can to make life sweeter.
Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground.
Truth is something believed in heart. Fact is, anything happened in realities. Sometimes we tolerate unacceptable behavior from others because we don't know we deserve better. The unhappiest people in this world are those who care the most about what other people think. Those at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. Do not let your grand ambitions stand in the way of small but meaningful accomplishments. Anybody can make the simple complicated. Creativity is making the complicated simple.
Life happens, shit happens, and it happens a lot, to a lot of people.
There is nothing worse for the lying soul than the mirror of reality. Education is what they equip you with, just in case your dream doesn't work out.
I'm always doing that, which I cannot do, in order that I may learn how to do it. Our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it.
For great men, religion is a way of making friends. Small people make religion a fighting tool. Feeling lost, crazy, and desperate belongs to a good life as much as optimism, certainty, and reason. Life is magical for those whose hearts are loving, minds are full with joy, and eyes that are dancing with beauty. Haters keep on hating because somebody's got to do it. If you don't learn to laugh at life, it'll surely kill you, that I know.
The journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination.
A breeze, a forgotten summer, a smile, all can fit into a storefront window.
The line between disorder and order lies in logistics. You must let suffering speak if you want to hear the truth.
If your absence doesn't bother them, then your presence never mattered to them in the first place. Truly, It is in the darkness that one finds a light.
Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love.
Consistency is the true foundation of trust. Either keep your promises or do not make them.
When deeds and words are in accord, the whole world is transformed. I do not believe in taking the right decision. I take a decision and make it right.
There is no problem more difficult to solve than that created by ourselves. My experiences have taught me that things rarely improve with a simple change of scenery. It had never occurred to me that our lives, which had been so closely interwoven, could unravel with such speed. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do.
It is only possible to live happily ever after on a daily basis.
That which can be destroyed by the truth should be.
It can only take a moment to waste the rest of your life. Maneuvering with an army is advantageous. With an undisciplined multitude, most dangerous.
Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. The goal shouldn't be to make the perfect decision every time, but to make less bad decisions than everyone else. You cannot change your future. You can change your habits, and surely your habits will change your future. We cannot reach the pinnacle except by taking advantage of the abilities we have and acquiring those that we do not.
But truly, if I were not Alexander, I would be Diogenes.
Neither the sun nor death can be looked at steadily. Interconnection permeates the entire universe. We are all one.
If fate doesn't make you laugh, you just don't get the joke.
Life is too short or too long for me to allow myself the luxury of living it so badly. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Accidents happen. Our bones shatter, our skin splits, our hearts break, we burn, we drown, we stay alive.
Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, doing as you say you would do.
The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to and then do it. We often think of failure as a negative experience, but it can teach us so much if we are open to learning from it.
Always be friendly, always be kind, like the most beautiful flower that you can find. I knew it like destiny, and at the same time, I knew it as choice.
We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Few among men are they who cross to the further shore. The others merely run up and down the bank on this side.
He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. A truth that's told with bad intent beats all the lies you can invent.
If life throws you a few bad notes or vibrations, don't let them interrupt or alter your song.
A smiling lie is a whirlwind, easy to enter, but hard to escape. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler.
The best fiction is far more true than any journalism.
It is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come.
People have only as much liberty as they have the intelligence to want and the courage to take. If stars needed the sky's permission to shine, the universe would be a very dark place. In short, philosophical theories are largely the product of the hidden hand of the cognitive unconscious. Never complain, never explain. Resist the temptation to defend yourself or make excuses. The best lies are based on the truth, at least in part.
Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning.
Advice is like snow. The softer it falls, the longer it dwells upon, and the deeper it sinks into the mind. When you came, you cried, and everybody smiled with joy. When you go, smile and let the world cry for you. When the darkness closes all around, beauty is still there just waiting to be found. For all those that have to fight for the respect that everyone else is given, without question.
We have to speak the truth always, at any cost, and no matter what.
Upon my word, I think the truth is the hardest missile one can be pelted.
The most common form of despair is not being who you are. It's enough for me to be sure that you and I exist at this moment.
There are a dozen views about everything until you know the answer. Then there's never more than one. The right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing.
All men know the use of the useful, but nobody knows the use of the useless. There are few reasons for telling the truth, but for lying, the number is infinite.
These mountains that you are carrying, you were only supposed to climb.
Hats have power. Hats can change you into someone else.
Dream your dream and realize that you are more than just the dreamer. You are the point of origin for its reality. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile.
You get what you focus on, so focus on what you want. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world. Great knowledge sees all in one. Small knowledge breaks down into the many. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. We all have 2 lives. The second one starts when we realize that we only have one.
True beauty is measured by the number of pearls within you, not those around your neck. The dream was always running ahead of me. To catch up, to live for a moment in unison, was the miracle. The perfect man of old looked after himself first, before looking to help others.
The man who has forgotten self may be said to have entered heaven.
The Western mind makes definitions, it draws lines. The first step to getting anywhere is deciding you're not willing to stay where you are. Listening stops with the ears, the mind stops with recognition, but spirit is empty and waits on all things.
Consideration for others is the basis of a good life, a good society.
Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. Life is too short to waste your time on people who don't respect, appreciate, and value you. You cannot control the behavior of others, but you can always choose how you respond to it. Sometimes it takes years for a person to become an overnight success. A wind that blows aimlessly is no good to anyone. If you wish to make Pythocles rich, do not add to his store of money, but subtract from his desires. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. There is no fate which cannot be surmounted by scorn. Beliefs are choices. First you choose your beliefs, then your beliefs affect your choices. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. Have faith in your ability. You will do just fine. Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show is limitation. Look with your understanding. A man must not be without shame, for the shame of being without shame is shamelessness indeed.
Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. To be alone is to be different. To be different is to be alone.
It is evident as a matter of logic that since they disagree, not more than one of them can be true. At some point, you just gotta forgive the past. Your happiness hinges on it.
The more powerful the class, the more it claims not to exist.
The essence of life does not consist in the lushness of your possession, but in the richness of your heart. Whenever something bad happens, keep calm, take a few deep breaths, and shift the focus to something positive. Life isn't fair, but it's still good. It doesn't matter how smart you are unless you stop and think.
As he learns the truth will automatically free him.
If you haven't the strength to impose your own terms upon life, then you must accept the terms it offers you. Great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice and is never the result of selfishness. Not in his speech, not in his thoughts, I see his greatness, only in his actions, in his life. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. You better hide that heart of yours. Won't lead you anywhere you want to go. Waiting is painful. Forgetting is painful, but not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering. If someone does not want me, it is not the end of the world. But if I do not want me, the world is nothing but endings. Almost everything is changeable, improvable, and achievable unless the laws of nature prevent it from happening. Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to take 10 forward. Timid men prefer the calm of despotism to the tempestuous sea of liberty. The world is not dangerous because of those who do harm, but because of those who look at it without doing anything. It's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up.
Dream your own dreams. Achieve your own goals. Your journey is your own and unique.
You know, I think that only if one feels immensely important can one feel truly light.
More powerful than the will to win is the courage to begin. Sometimes your only available transportation is a leap of faith.
Flexibility makes buildings to be stronger. Imagine what it can do to your soul. We are here, and it is now. The way I see it is, after that, everything tends towards guesswork. Even though our time in this life is temporary, if we live well enough, our legacy will last.
I live in my own little world, but it's okay. They know me here.
That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. If you are a giver, remember to learn your limits, because the takers don't have any. If anyone on the verge of action should judge himself according to the outcome, he would never begin. People are going to say what they want to say and think what they want to think, and I can't change their minds. Life's greatest gift is the freedom it leaves you to step out of it whenever you choose. Beauty is about being comfortable in your own skin. It's about knowing and accepting who you are. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the whole.